Hey, it's Joe Amoia, founder and creator of GPSforlove.com. I received a comment on one of my blogs the other day, and as soon as I read it, I knew this was going to be my next blog. Now, I'm going to tell you right up front, this is going to be a very controversial blog, and I'm going to get a lot of shit as a result of it. But that's okay, because here at GPS for Love, it's all about getting to the truth, exposing the truth, so you can create that relationship you desire and deserve with a great man. So here it goes. Hello, Joe. I really like your videos and must say you've helped me a lot. I would like to ask a question and would love to hear a sincere answer no matter what, just to put my soul at peace. Here's the deal. I've been in a relationship for 4 years with a guy that I really loved and who I believe loves me. We were really sincere and we talked about everything in our lives. However, in the last year, he wanted me to give him the possibility of having experiences with other women. But he really didn't want to break up with me. But he said that he would never be truly happy if he couldn't have both. His argument was that for males, it is normal for them to want to actually have sex with other women, while still only being in a relationship with one. I was never a jealous person, but after this, I started to have jealous feelings, even if he didn't have that affair. My frustration was so painful that I have changed into a person that I did not like, so I broke up with him. So my question is, do all men just want to be with one and sleep with many others? Or is this just immature, boyish behavior? Great question. So here's the deal. Okay. There has not been not one study, which has ever proven that it's in a man's genetic potential to be unfaithful. So there was no research study anywhere in the world that says, you know what, we found on the 23rd chromosome that there was this genetic marker which says, you know what, this is why men cannot be faithful. It's just not true. It just hasn't happened. Not saying that there's not going to be some research study sometime in the future that's going to disprove this, but as of right now, doesn't exist. Not true at all. So it is simply a matter of a guy's boyish behavior. Now, I can tell you, there was a time in my life, if I'm going to be completely transparent, when I was in my early 20s, where I cheated on someone that I really loved and cared for. And then the way the universe works, this thing called karma, about 5 years later, I was in a relationship with someone who cheated on me. And when you're on the other side of that, it's not a pleasant experience. And it really helped me see things in a different light. And I promised myself that if I was in a relationship with someone and I felt that I had to cheat on them to get some of my needs met, then I was not in the right relationship. And so fortunately, that was a one and done experience for me. Never happened. And it was a time in my life where, quite transparently, I was a boy. And so what I can say is that if a guy has a desire to cheat, it's always due to one of two reasons. The first one, he's simply a boy. He wants what he wants when he wants it, and he's going to come up with any reason and justification and rationale to get what he wants. Not a great guy to be in a relationship with. The second reason a guy will cheat is because on some level, one or more of his needs isn't being met in that relationship. And so there's one of my favorite lines in life is that a man or a human being will violate their values in order to get their needs met. I've worked with many guys, and because I do work with couples, where guys have said, you know what, I'm a great guy. I would never think that I would have cheated on my wife. And I understand that because there was something that was happening that was missing for them. Now, unfortunately, they didn't have the skills and tools to communicate and to do the work to get to their truth before they cheated. And in that moment, they just went and made a really bad mistake. Not to justify it, not to say it's cool. It's just they did what they did for their reasons. It just was the wrong and it wasn't the healthiest reasons if you're going to be in a relationship with someone. So the answer to the question is it is normally a boyish behavior. There's no research study. There's no genetic markers. There's none of that to prove that it's simply in the guy's nature. Now, I know some of the excuses will be, well, if you just study nature, animals will bang anything that happens. Well, the reality is we're not animals. We're human beings. We have emotions. We have different genetic makeups. We're completely different than animals. Okay? So anytime a guy uses that that excuse, tell him that's just a BS excuse. He's full of crap. It doesn't work. So I hope this clarifies this subject, but I want to hear from you. This is a very controversial topic, and I want to hear your thoughts on it. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you have another theory? Go ahead, put your questions, comments, and feedback in the box below. As always, an honor and privilege to be with you. I'll see you next time. Much love.